Scotty, that's 5 home wins in a row to finish the season. Sad that it's come to a finish, but what are your thoughts after the final game for the Sixers in NBL24?
Yeah, look, that's outstanding. Five home game wins in a row, and even more outstanding, 7 or maybe 8 now sellouts, which is just astonishing how great our fans are. It's just never ceases to amaze me. I know I talk about it every week, but their ability to come out time after time after time is just outstanding. Look, it's obviously disappointing. You know, this is not where we want to be. We want to be playing in finals, and we gave ourselves a glimmer of hope there for a while, and it wasn't to be. And it's mixed emotions right now. There's such a finality about the last game of the season. No matter where you finish, even if you win a championship, that's it. You know, you can't. You know, you don't have that next training, you don't have that next game, so it's a bit empty right now. But I'm so proud of this playing group. You know, the way they stuck together when things, were going pretty pear-shaped there for a while, and to come into this calendar year and put in some of the performance that we did was, I couldn't be more happier and more proud of them.
It was difficult without Trey, obviously out there this afternoon in your starting five. Did it take you a little while to find the right person to be out there when New Zealand came in, particularly like in the second quarter, for example? Yeah,
you're missing 20 points straight away, and our starting point guard. So and Kadee didn't train yesterday, and we weren't sure if he was going to be able to play today, and that actually came to fruition. You know, he didn't play. I couldn't get him in the last quarter because of the injury. So. And we might be working on press break if we were training again on Monday. But once again, it was a weird game. But I felt, and I said before the game, that someone said to me that how do you go when we got nothing to you got nothing to lose? And I'm like, well, that's crap as far as I'm concerned. We got everything to play for. We've got our pride as players and coaches. We've got contracts to play for, but more importantly, we've got each other to play for. So it would have been a little bit calmer if the margin had stayed where it was. But really happy to finish off with a win, obviously.
And Dejan, I wanted to ask you about that last few minutes there, and something to obviously think about for the future with this Adelaide team, and that, when that press did come from New Zealand, was there learnings that were taken out of that this afternoon by the group of guys?
Yeah, I think obviously they were desperate, so they tried to press us, and obviously I think we were flustered a little bit of the time, but again, we got the win. That's all that matters to me.
And Scotty, 20 offensive rebounds tonight. DJ 14 rebounds in total. You must have been pretty happy with the work the boys did in the glass.
Yeah, who would have thought? 14 rebounds is probably not what he's really known for, but I was. It was one of the things I spoke about in the pre-game talk is we've been pretty good on the O boards this year, and we had 21 in the last game against Brisbane, so it certainly was a focus, and we did a really good job of that, and it's with a team that wants to get out and run, with some of the players that they've got. One of the things I said is if we're attacking the boards and we're getting second shots and they're taking the ball out of the net, it's hard for them to run. So that was certainly a focus. So it's great to see 20 O boards.
And you touched on it a bit, but is it a bit bittersweet that you shake hands with them at the end of the game, but you're finished in there going to Sydney?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's that's where we want. That's where we want to be, and it's once again, it's a really different emotion right now. Yes, that's where we want to be, and that's where we will be moving forward. But when I look at this group, even those games that we lost. We lost to Tassie by 23 down there two days after we played game here, and we never gave up in that game. We got back to 9 or 10 a couple of times in the last quarter, and I had Kiwi turn to me with a few minutes to go, and the margin was sort of. He said, are we going to play this game to win, or are we going to play to limit the margin? Because at that point in time, that was still in play, and our percentages weren't good. And I said, no, I'll always play to win. And probably by doing that margin probably blew out a little bit more than what it could. But, you look at just about every other team in this competition, at some stage they've been blown out royally, and we've managed to stay the task at hand, and even the games that we haven't played well in, we've been able to come back, and I think it shows a real spirit, a real togetherness in this group that, has been particularly pleasing.
And for you personally, do you feel like you, I guess, scratched an itch that had been hanging around for 13 years? As a good coach at this level, I think you've probably proven, if there was any doubt, that you are a good coach.
Yeah, look, I've always had confidence in myself. I mean, the last go round didn't end well, obviously. We had a change of ownership in the off season. We had a limited budget to work with, and we had injuries, and all those things were excuses. And I didn't see out my contract, and I thought I was done. But thankfully, as it turns out, there was an itch to scratch, and I'm loving it. I've just made a point of just enjoying this journey, whatever direction it takes, and certainly I'm a different person to what I was the last time round. I was about to say I'm older, more mature, but my wife would disagree with the second part of that. But not a lot phases me, and I think that helps in my coaching as well. When things are going pear-shaped on the court, I think I make good decisions and keep my calm. Know when to call timeouts, and so I think that is different to the last time round.
And DJ, you called for 2 years for Scotty a week ago. Do you stand by that?
Always. You don't understand how much he means to the club. Obviously, he's played here, won 2 championships. He's coached, won 2 championships. Why not keep someone like that around? I think he means a lot more to this city than any of the players do, and he's done a lot. And I back him, so I think he deserves it. But again, I don't make those decisions. But all I do is just support Scotty, and he's done one hell of a job.
Are you confident, Scotty?
We always. Well, the message has been clear, and I've been telling people this the whole way round. Is that we're always going to wait to the end of the season. I don't know why people haven't. That message has been crystal clear right from the start. And look, we'll sit down with the club this week and see where that direction takes us. But I've made no secret I want to do the job, but I'm confident going forward that I'll be the right person for it.
Will you have to formally present, or has it been more informal than that?
I think I've been having on-the-job interview for the last few months, to be honest with you, and I'm not. I don't want to bang on about it too much, but I said to I think one of the things that we've been able to bring to this club again is heart. I think when you look at the way that we play. I had I said to the guys, they're probably sick of me hearing it, I had someone come up to me, a random person in the street about a week and a half ago, and just congratulated us on what we've done. And this person said, you know what, it's not the wins that we're most happy about, the fact that this club's got a heart and soul again. And to me, you can't get a bigger compliment than that.
And 4 from 4 in the Lucky Charm throwbacks, you'd be keen to...
Oh, my thoughts on that. I'd have us in those every game. It's such a great memory, and when that, a lot of the turnaround happened at that time too. With those old boys being here for that game, and the Melbourne United followed up by the Sydney game. So I'd certainly vote one to tick for the throwback uniforms. That's for sure.
How big a job is it in the off season? Is there a lot that needs to be done to this point?
Oh, absolutely. We've got to. We have a review. Talk to the players individually, and then it's on to planning for the next. We need a plan in place moving forward. I've been pretty vocal before I got the coaching job. Is we've got to keep a core group together. I think one of the problems we've had for various reasons, and no one's at fault here, but we end up chopping and changing half the team every year, and it's difficult to get consistency, and it's difficult to win when you're doing that every year. And I've always made the point, you go back those championship Perth and New Zealand teams, they're able to keep their core together every year. Now there is always going to be change. I understand that, but there's a group here that I'd love to bring back together and tinker with a few of the spots and get us on the right path going forwad.
Trey and that big parts of that?
I think so. I mean, you look at, I've been very vocal with Isaac the whole year. He's been a joy to coach. I've said it many times, and I thought his second half tonight was great after having a frustrating first half. And I will say that him hitting that three is not the biggest. It's not the biggest miracle you think. The guy's got great form, and Graham Kubate, my assistant, has been trying to get him to shoot a three for weeks now. So, but it finally happened. It came at a great time, and when you look at what Trey's done since since the turnaround, and there's a guy that averaged 20 points a game and 5 assists and 5 rebounds or whatever it is. And I think if you said you could get that from an import, you'd probably take it. So, he certainly put his hand up, and all that'll take take care of itself over time.
All good.
Beauty. Thanks, guys.